Over the past week, I've gone to 3 funerals. The first was for a 19-year-old girl. Her name was Sarah, who died tragically in a mountain biking accident in Fraser Park. The second was for a 99-year-old man, a neighbor of mine, whose name was Bob, who lived a full and complete life and died peacefully in a nursing home. And the third was for another friend of mine, whose name was Cheryl, who was 60 years old, and she passed away suddenly and tragically from cancer. And the cancer, it happened very quickly as she was in the hospital. 3 very different situations. But what I've learned out of all 3 of those situations is both Sarah, Bob, and Cheryl lived life fully, and each of them left a positive legacy in the lives of people that they knew and that they loved. Sarah was this vibrant 19-year-old. The priest said about her, she did more in one day than most of us do in a week. Her friends described her as radiant, as one who is just so encouraging and so uplifting. Sarah seemed to always be thinking of others and always wanting to live life fully as a water polo player, someone who's involved in water sports. Just an amazing woman. Bob was a 99-year-old man who was shot down twice in World War II. He used to take photographs, film photography on B-29s during the war. Bob lived life fully. Even when he was like his mid-90s, one of his neighbors tells a story that he went out to help her pull out a tree stump. You know, he had this old decrepit utensil or this tool, and he was out there mid-90s digging out a tree stump. And then Cheryl, who died so quickly from cancer at 60, she was fully engaged as a mom, as a grandmother, as a speaker, and as a writer. She worked for Gospel Light Publishing, and she was the creative hub, the center of creativity for so much of the children's ministry that happens there. Cheryl loved life, she loved children, and she had such a tremendous, tremendous impact in the community in which she lived and the church in which she served. Sarah, Bob, and Cheryl all lived life fully. They seemed to understand that each day was a gift, and it was a gift to give ourselves to others. And in giving ourselves to others, we would find joy for ourselves. Psalm 90 says this, teach us to number our days so that we will have a heart of wisdom. Teach us to number our days so that we'll have a heart of wisdom. And what I've been learning lately is every day I need to see as important and significant. I'm encouraging you and me and anybody, if just to live life today fully, completely, being engaged. There's a lot of negatives you can focus on, but there's also a lot of positives in our lives that we can engage in. And the best way to do that is in giving ourselves and caring for others who are in need. So over this next year in 2012, will you be someone who is a positive, godly influence in someone's life so that on the day that they stand at your memorial service, they'll be able to say that you lived life fully and you loved deeply so that others might know the full love of God, but they would also know the fullness of what it means to be a human being. That could be your legacy.